Sagittarius, welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. Today we're taking a look at the predictions for you. You are next in line for your reading, and so welcome today. Make sure you like, share, comment. It does help my page to grow, and so I am so appreciative. If you're watching this and enjoying the readings, please take a moment to like, okay, share, and if you have not yet, subscribe. I always just like to let you know that these readings are general, and so enjoy them. If they resonate, cool. If not, cool, right? If you're looking for something more personal and customized to your personal energy or situation, you can email me, okay? I also have a link down in my description that will lead to my calendar that's available as well. But for the most part, I would love to have you just like and support, okay? Even if you're stopping by for a second, shoot your girl a like, okay? Let's see. So let's get started here. Saggie predictions. And so I'm using a couple of different decks. I have one deck that was gifted to me through a mentor, the Ancient Stones. And this is all about unlocking the magic and the energy and the wisdom of the earth through the ancient stones. Reconnecting through that wisdom. Love this deck. I'm loving it. I also have at the end, I'm drawing energy with our Infinite Wisdom Chakra Oracle deck. And then for tarot, we're going to tap into the Chakra Wisdom Tarot. Okay. So let's get started. I've cleansed my space and we have everything set up and ready for your reading, Sagittarius. Thank you for stopping by. Let's take a look at what's going on for you by tapping into a little bit of Oracle before we get started, okay? For Sagittarius. And I'm hearing Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. So you may have placements in any of those areas on your chart, and these energies could absolutely resonate with you. For Sagittarius. For Sagittarius. Sometimes these cards stick a little bit. All right. So the cards that came out for you today, Sagittarius, in this prediction reading, the first one is nothing is impossible, right? I feel like for someone, this has been a message that has been reiterated. Can you see that? Through life, consistently for someone. That's what Spirit is saying here. This is the energy of being open to things that are unexpected or even unrealized. This is also understanding that where there is a will, there is definitely a way. Nothing is impossible. This is understanding that sometimes when there is the aligning of your will with the intention, right? Sometimes paths will open up, but they won't always be in the most expected way or place, right? They can actually open up anywhere. She's out in the, looks like the mountains. She's out in nature, in the forest, and there is what looks like across the depths of that valley, not a valley because it's very lush with greenery, but across the depths of that passage is some type of opening. that's happening within her sight, letting her know that just beyond the depths of this space, over there, over yonder, there is the opening, right, to what it is that you're looking for. This also could talk about possible barriers that were in the way at one point in time, just all of a sudden rolling away. That rolling away is the opening or the assisting, specifically for you on this journey. There could have been things that you thought were actually blocking or stopping you from progressing. But these were actually things that actually are going to create detours, possibly even to other unexpected paths towards the destiny. This is all about looking deeper past yourself and looking up, like for your direction, and believing in the impossible for someone. There's something that you are wanting to experience, and it has not been as easy as you may have anticipated or thought, but it is possible. Spirit is saying here, yes, this is absolutely impossible. And it may not unfold in the way that you expected or you visualized it. There's something that may happen in a little bit of a different way to bring this to pass. And your part is to be open to that and look for those alternative ways to have the impossible become possible for you. Yeah. Something about in the end, things are actually going to turn out better than you could have ever imagined here. So believe that nothing is impossible. And then I also have scrying here. Scrying, believing and trusting your vision, your intuition, and actually plant seeds, right? That's what happens when we write. We're planting seeds, or what many would call spelling. We're casting spells, right? A lot of people don't like that word. It gets a bad rap, but that's why they call it spelling. I mean, it is what it is, right? And so when we write things down, we're actually, and then it also says for my theologians or my Bible believers to write the vision, right? It's the play on words. We have to understand that words were created for a reason. It's to direct our thoughts in a certain way. There was a time where we didn't have words, where we just conveyed intuitively. We still do that. We don't realize it. But words were created in many ways. It opened the door for a lot of manipulation, right? And so we take words and we apply whatever meaning that we want to make people think a certain way. But there's a lot of other underlying intentions with words. But there's something here about writing, spelling what it is that you intend, your vision, using your intuition. That's what it means to scrying. For someone, Spirit is saying that this is something that's going to be beneficial for you. It is a divination practice, and it's used by ancient, I'm even going to say ancestors, those that have come before us around the world throughout history. When we go into the tombs in Egypt, what do you think that is? A lot of that writing was predictive. It was foretelling. It was the use of intuition being brought out into the world. And it involves focusing our attention on something. There's a bit of meditation involved. And this could have something to do with you. Spirit could be wanting you to get some stones, because we're talking about stones here, or some crystals, and kind of drawing in that energy to interpret symbols and images that arise in your mind. It could be visions, it could be words, it could be feelings. This method, scrying, is used with your intention, right, of receiving visions. It works hand in hand. Also to bring in a higher level of clarity as well, or revelations, or simply to be open to creativity and inspiration. It is a form of psychic seeing. It's a form of it. And it allows one to look deeply and enter a state where you can actually focus in and hone into the attention on what's being shown or revealed to us during the intuitive session, or while tapping into your intuitive senses. And so there's something about this card that calls you to trust your intuitive abilities, and kind of see what you're hearing, what you're seeing, what you're feeling. For someone, you've been receiving visions lately, or some type of message that is difficult to ignore. You may not have acted on them. They may just be sitting in the conscious mind, just sitting there. But there's something about this that tells you, trust it, trust your vision, your intuition, and plant seeds. One of the best ways to trust your intuition and to know and to see that you're trusting it is to follow up on it. If you get an intuitive impulse, follow up on it and see, what becomes of it. That's what strengthens your intuition, is when you hone in and tap into it and then follow up on it. That's important. When we do that, we receive the confirmation that what we were feeling or hearing or seeing or sensing was correct. And that, no, you're not crazy, or you're not just imagining things. There was a form of communication coming in. Possibly it could be coming in from all different ways, but nevertheless, there is something that's happening from within you. You're tapping into an inner, a deeper part of your being, your innate being. This is not something that certain people get because they're special. No, this is in all of us. It's in all of us. Like I said, before we came up with the idea of speaking, there was a communication that happened intellectually, psychically. And that's just a word that we've created so we understand what we're talking about. Mental communication. There's nothing woo-woo about that. We all have it, whether we realize it or not. Something about you, Sagittarius, that Spirit wants you to tap into that and follow up on what it is that you're receiving. And the more you do that, the more you'll understand that this is absolutely something real, and you'll begin to grow in your confidence around that. It's almost, we can think of it like a muscle. Okay. There's some level of training that Spirit wants you to delve into deeper here. I don't know if you're being called to work through scrying with stones. That's what it feels like here, but this is the picture. Lastly, we have the entrance stone. New beginning, step forward, and expansion. The entrance stone. And she's holding a key. You're being given access to something here. You're being given a key of some kind to enter in to a space. And you're being invited to step forward into this. And so what's coming for you is expansion in some type of way, because there's something that is opening up for you. There may have been some struggle around this and believing that it's actually something that's possible. Nothing is impossible came out for you. And there's some form of tapping into that that's going to open up and cause that to actually become stronger. And the stronger those visions become, the more closer we realize they're closer to reality. There's something that you're needing to really tap into and be confident about that's within you. It feels like you're really close to opening up and moving forward, expanding in some way. Again, it's coming out again. This is going to actually be something that's going to be more, it's going to be better, it's going to be bigger than you imagined. And it's not going to come through in the way that you see it or you've envisioned it per se, but it's going to actually come through in a very different way. And there's going to be a positive outcome to this. So Spirit is wanting you to open up and be receptive. There's something about tapping into your the depths, that's going to unlock this. Now, I don't know what you've been asking or what you've been working towards. I don't know what visions you've been receiving lately, what inspiration you've been tapping into, but Spirit is saying that you're really close. And not only is this going to happen, it's going to be much better than you've even realized or dreamed, Sagittarius. There's some need to actually release old ways of thinking, old habits, to release things that may have had a grip on us some kind of way. And it could have something to do with thinking in order to perceive or receive this new way. There's some threshold that you will need to pass to come into the present. Yeah. And so there's something here for you, Sagittarius, about realizing, stepping into the reality, tapping into the very stream of your future that seems very close. All around you is the energy of your future. And you being willing to open up and accept, possibly make changes, possibly even being open to it happening in a whole different way than you anticipated, knowing that it is happening, and being willing to tap into your own gifts in this process, okay? So something about your vision coming to life. What did you ask for? What are you working towards? Where have you been envisioning seeing yourself for a while now, Saggie? What has been a little bit difficult because you may be feeling like you've met roadblocks with this. All right, so let's see. Sagittarius. All right, so right now you sit in the energy of the High Priestess, okay? The Eight of Cups, and the Princess of Cups. Well, it's almost like as if like your environment right now is, one that is possibly become too small for you spiritually, mentally, creatively. You've become so the energy that you carry is expansive, and you've outgrown where you are right now. That could be physically, right? It could be spiritually. There's some outgrowing and the need to be placed in a situation or a place that's going to allow you to actually grow more, right? If you were a plant, there would be no more space in this container for your roots to go down any deeper. There's no more room for any new branches to grow, or any seeds to be, nurtured underneath the soil, because everything has been utilized. There's something about where you are right now, physically, spiritually, mentally, that demands a replant. Yeah, it demands movement to a place that is going to be bigger than you, right? So that you have room to expand. You've maximized where you are right now, and you know this. I feel like where you are right now feels very spiritual. Your environment is very aligned, inwardly and outwardly. It feels very aligned with who you are. On the inside, it feels very balanced and very in touch. But there's something else arising here, just like Spirit was saying with the oracle, like you're heading into, there is a space that's opening for you to move forward. Now, it may not happen the way that you've envisioned or asked, but it's going to happen, and it's actually going to be much better than you could have ever anticipated. And I feel that energy, the energy of creativity and growth. There's still a lot that you're learning too about where you are right now. And that, I feel like that's going to be something that's going to be made available for you when you step into this next beginning, this next part of your journey. That's what's being offered to you. It's a new beginning, a new experience, and expansion is coming out heavily. And so where you are right now demands growth. It demands a transplant. Okay. This Eight of Cups has been coming out a lot for everyone. There's a few of us that have gotten this already. And I feel like we're just in that season. We just had this blood moon, which talks all about being in the energy of change, transformation, introspection, and personal growth, right? And so we're all kind of in that same energy of leveling up, possibly even challenging ourselves in that way. And so where you are right now is challenging you to level up. You may feel a little bit of tension, a little bit of discomfort that you know is there. And that basically is challenging you to grow. and to expand and, to deepen even your connection with yourself and with spirit. What else for you, Saggie? So if you've been wondering, I have the Five of Swords coming out. What is all this conflictual energy that you're feeling? That's what it is. It's time to grow. It's time to move to the next level. And this could be the resistance of the current energy not wanting to let you go. That feeling of heaviness in the energy, that's what that is. But you must go. Like it's in the energy for you to move and to do with the King of Wands. And I feel like you are definitely um, someone who has to stay challenged in some type of way. Like you could get bored really easy. You often have to have some kind of challenge to keep you engaged. And so this is possibly you wondering like what it is that you can move into next. Like what can you, the King of Wands has a very um, a disposition that he moves to conquer. Like what can I go out and conquer today? Right? That could be your question that you're answering. Like what can I do next? Like what's next on my list? What else can I embark upon to enrich my life and my experience, even to sharpen my blade, to master myself and my skills and abilities. Because the Nine of Wands is coming out as well, which is that same type of energy. You see, she's holding one wand, but she still has so much left. See the wands in the back? Those are yet to be even pulled off the shelf. There's so much that is waiting to be experienced and mastered. And so there may be questions around that, like which one you should delve into next, what that's going to look like. What is all of this friction and the energy right now? It's because you have reached your level of um, transition or ascension. I think the pressure becomes greatest when we come to those milestones where we're about to move to the next level. It's like resistance training. We get to the point where what we're doing is not even effective anymore. And so we need to add more pressure, more resistance against the workout so that our muscle and our body will actually feel like it's working out. Otherwise, there's actually no effect that it's having once we reach that level. So there's something about where you are right now where it's almost like there is no effect to what's happening for you. You need a new challenge. What is the next, you know, endeavor that's waiting for you is your question. Some of you may be questioning too, when is it going to be my turn around something? The Nine of Wands has been waiting, very diligently, responsibly too. Someone is asking, when is it going to be my turn? It's coming. Someone may have someone who they're questioning. They have questions about right now. This person could represent someone who is very outgoing, very charming. Someone who possibly is a go-getter who may not take no lightly, um, very aggressive in their pursuits of something. There's some dealing with this type of person right now. And you may have questions about that, whatever your connection with this person. You may be questioning something about this person or their intentions. There could be some direct conflict with this person, or maybe you're just wondering, is there conflict? And this could be another Sagittarius, or this could be, you know, a fire sign, Sag, Leo, Aries. Now, if someone has conflict with you, because this is coming out as Sagittarius, you're wondering why, what the issue is, what the deal is, and why they're not saying anything or talking about it. Alrighty. So there could be something going on passionately here, maybe, because the Lovers is coming out with the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups. Now, this is pretty interesting because the same triad came out with Aquarius. You may have some dealings or some interaction or some ties or some type of connection with an Aquarius. This same exact triad came out for Aquarius. That's coming up here. The Lovers in the middle between the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups. And so your connection, you should have a partnership or some type of connection with someone that is showing up as something to be dealt with or an obstacle to overcome. Someone is the very opposite energy. Someone is very cold and disconnected, very icy. The other one is very passionate, connected, loving, open and receptive. So you could have some type of connection to resolve here with someone. This could be love, it could be business. This could also be for somebody, you just kind of flip-flopping energies. Like 1 minute you're cold, 1 minute you're hot. Like you flip-flop between energies as it pertains to your connections or your business setups. There's some inconsistency that's showing up as an issue or something to be resolved here. We have Gemini, Aquarius, and Aquarius again. This could have something to do with an Aquarius. Someone may feel like there is something very much unresolved with you. I feel like there's some things that's coming up here. We have the Nine of Cups and the Knight of Cups. Both of them came in reverse, though I turned them back around. Things may actually, um, at some point here, get a little bit uncomfortable. I do feel like there is an offer that could be being declined here when it comes in. There's something about this person that you don't trust. This may sound too good to be true, or you're just not really feeling aligned with this offer. There's something about you that has changed, or there's something about you that is changing. This may, in fact, be something that you may have accepted at one point in time, but there's something about you walking away and not looking back. Now, the other way that I'm interpreting this is for some of you, you will be receiving lots of offers. Um, Not that you'll be taking them all. There's something that's changing right here and now. If things feel very dry, right? You don't have any offers coming in, things feel very dry. That's going to change here in the future. That's going to change. And you may find your, business blowing up for you. You may find your phone ringing off the hook. People will be reaching out to you, wanting to connect. There's something in the situation that's changing. This may even be something, an approach, something about how you are presenting yourself with the death. This is all about change around you, something you're changing about yourself, maybe how you're being perceived here. This change that's happening is unexpected in some type of way. I feel like it's going to cause a little bit of conflict, but it's also going to be good for you. That may be what's changing. You're no longer considering what's good for others, but you're considering mostly what's good for you. People may, in fact, have a problem with that or an issue with that, but that's what's changing. I see you walking away from the old you and leaving her in the past. That was part of the condition of walking through this new opportunity. There are things that you'll need to release. And these things are about how you are thinking about things, how you're seeing things, possibly even how you've been limiting yourself. There could be something about feeling like, you couldn't possibly take that route because it would leave so many people out or leave so many people hanging. Well, there's something changing about that. There's a need to think about it in a different way. The way that you've envisioned it, it's not going to happen that way. It's going to take a whole different route. And where you'll end up will actually be better than you anticipated. Come out more than once in this reading. This Nine of Cups, that's really good energy. The Knight of Cups places you in the receiving end. That's really good energy as well. What is this for Sagittarius? Let's just tap in and see what this change is. What's this opportunity that's coming and opening for Saggie? All right, we have the Six of Cups, the Seven of Cups, and then the Princess of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. So the Six of Cups for me always represents some beautiful energy that you're able to relate back to from the past. This may be something that you have wanted for a while, and the choices will become available for you to choose. It doesn't release you from making the right choice. That's still part of this process. There's some evolving on a soul level that places you in this position. That means that you are trusted to make the right decisions now. There's something about that. Now that you've had some experience, you're trusted to be able to handle this now with the Seven of Cups. So, what is that thing you've been wanting and working towards? Because it's opening up to you now with the Princess of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. Not only have you been given the wand, right? Imagine having the ability to create something and given like a powerful staff, right? That actually places the power in your hands to change things to the way that you see them, right? The Princess of Wands is that. It's entering into an area of creation. Imagine standing in your living room and you're like, okay, this has been this way for too long. It's time to rearrange the furniture. So you're standing in the middle of the room and you're like envisioning how you're seeing things rearranged. That's the Princess of Wands, having the power to envision this. The vision is an important part of this process. Remember, we're talking about scrying, right? There is an envisioning of this. That's a part of this process. And then you change the furniture around and you're like, yes, this feels new. This is what I wanted. It feels like you're in a whole different room because you created this new energy, right? The Princess of Wands is given the power to rearrange, to create a whole new energy. So there's something about your life that you see differently. You see something differently for yourself. And you've been given the ability to recreate that. You may have already done the visual work. I get that sense here. That's what you've been working towards. Now, that being coupled with the Wheel of Fortune means you've reached this moment where the wheel has turned in your favor. This is like the perfect time that that's going to come into fruition. The Wheel of Fortune is associated with luck. It's associated with karma coming back around in your favor. The energies have turned in your favor. The Wheel of Fortune also is Sagittarius energy. It also points to having spirit very much involved in your business. Some of the cards picture different elements. Some of them picture different archangels that are placed at the four corners, placed there to act on your behalf. But overall, it's talking about being in this position where the powers that be are working on your behalf to bring this to pass. The Wheel of Fortune. There's some fortune that you have in this situation right now. And so, whatever that is, your desire, the desire of your heart, it's coming to pass. So get to visualizing, get to scrying, get to meditating, get to praying, right? Get to doing your work around this. Get to listening and seeing and receiving and connecting, right? That's an important part of this process. Get to working. A lot of people think that manifesting and doing things just happens like magic. It's not exactly like that. Like, there is absolutely a process. Fair to say there's some part of this process that involves writing the vision. There's some important part of that. That takes it out of your mind and places it in reality. And makes it real, right? Let's see. But there's something coming into fruition for you here, Sagittarius. That's what's coming in the future for you. The Chariot comes out in your outcome. And so that's another thing that I noticed here. I've never noticed before in this Chariot. She's holding her stomach. You're about to give birth, Sagittarius, to your vision, to your dream. She's literally holding her stomach. Through this process, when you embrace this and allow yourself to be open to what Spirit is giving you in this message, you empower yourself to be impregnated, to give birth to this beginning, this new beginning, this desire, this vision that you've had. You conceptualize it. Conception is taking place right now for those of you that are open to this message from Spirit. We have the Three of Coins here. There's something about you going through this process. I feel like others might be watching or will see you bring this process to life. And there's going to be some accolades around this possibly. This is also possibly having the opportunity to work with others that may have like-minded goals. The Three of Pentacles is working with others within a group, collaborating. Even if it's in the spirit, right? There's something about that here. And you're doing a really beautiful job, right? When you look at her pentacle compared to the others, like, you have put a lot of effort, a lot of belief, a lot of faith. I feel like you've already done the majority of the work. This may even be like the last straw that needs to be just reiterated or tapped into to bring this forward, because you've done a lot of that work. The Spirit is offering you this opportunity with the Knight of Pentacles. Now he's bringing the pinnacle, right? You're being offered this. In some type of way, shape, or form. Pentacles they're not something you're visualizing. This is something practical. This is money, some type of material possession. This is something you can see with your eyes and feel and touch and taste and hear and smell. You're being offered something in the physical. That's what comes out in your outcome. This becomes real. It becomes life for you. Okay. So lastly, I want to take a look, Sagittarius, and see what energies Spirit brings up for you today. All right, we have the reflection, hero pose. And this is ascension, reflection, right? I feel like that is really tapping into the scrying, you making time and putting in the effort and the attempt to connect with your soul's energy. There's some part of this that takes you to a deeper connection within yourself. Same thing with the sacred grove. That's one of the other cards. Allowing yourself to go deep and to fall out of the physical and to go into the spiritual, right? To travel into those powerful places to receive the guidance you're seeking. Yeah, there's something about allowing yourself to go into the depth. Now, when we talked about the scrying, that is going into the depth to hear what you're being given through your intuitive senses. High Priestess came out, going beyond the veil, tapping in. For some of you, that is what is opening to you, a deeper level of revelation and connection. And then we have Raven Goddess, which brings magic, right? Flying into the deeper levels, flying into what is unseen, right? To find what is there, what is seen, but within you. All three of these are talking about what's already there within you and going in to retrieve that, to reveal that, to access that. And I almost feel like saying that Spirit is saying, like, this is the last part. There's some need to transcend the mundane, the 3D, the physical, and really go into depth. That's the last step here for someone. So I don't know if you are able to connect with some deeper level of meditation. I feel like this is taking you in further than just a simple meditation session or just a simple prayer, right? There's some form coupled with that. We're talking about scrying. Scrying was the act of planting seeds. So it's not just going there, but it's activating something while you're in there. Yeah. It's activating something while you are in there. What you're seeing, what you're hearing, what you're experiencing. And so that's what I'm hearing for you, Sagittarius. Um, you're on the precipice of this new beginning, this experience that you've been waiting for. Definitely seek guidance around this. If this resonated for you, I want you to take the initiative and ask for the details around this, okay? Whatever you've been waiting for is right there. It's there waiting for you to engage with it, to activate it. There's going to be a need to go in spiritually further than you've gone before. So there may be some engaging in a way of meditating differently than you have before, adding some other level of tapping into divinity, okay? But I want you to be guided. Ask your spirit guides, your spirit team, what that is for you, okay? And I'm seeing gates open. I'm seeing gates open. And so that's what I have for you, Saggie. Thank you so much for stopping by. Definitely a spiritual reading for you today. Moving towards the future is one that's going to be experiential, spiritual, and very fulfilling as well. You have a desire that Spirit has already given you. This is all about you accessing it, okay? Thank you so much for stopping by. It has been Blood Moon Oracle. Make sure you like, share, comment. Subscribe if you have not. Hit the bell if you find yourself subscribing. Again, this message was general, but if you're looking for a personal, you can definitely hit me up. If you just want to stop by and say hello, give feedback or thoughts on the reading, you can do that. Okay. I appreciate you guys. All the love you show me, I'm returning back 10 times fold. Okay. Thank you, Sagittarius, for stopping by. It is always, always my pleasure to actually tap in to give you encouragement. Okay. Until next time, Saggie, I will see you. Take care of yourself and go deep. Deeper than you ever have before. Okay. You won't regret it.